Hello, everyone. Welcome to Real-Time Q&A with yours truly. My name is Darren Hardy, and these questions that I'm answering are coming from our special 5-part mini-series that we're running on DarrenDaily this week, titled Spring Cleaning Your Life and Your Business. Today, we delivered episode number 4, as it being Thursday, and I will address questions that came out of this particular episode. But if you missed today or you missed any of the previous episodes, I'll put links to those episodes in the comments below so that you can get yourself caught up, because tomorrow is the final episode, and it's a doozy. So you want to be sure that you're all caught up, ready to go for the finale coming this Friday. Oh, by the way, it was not a leather vest that I was wearing yesterday, although I am in lockdown with my wife here. So, you got to do what you can to keep things spiced up. I will probably edit that part out, but I just wanted to set the record straight. Okay, so I'm going to answer questions coming out of episode number 4. Starting right now, we're going to start with Andy's question. Andy Rossberg, who wrote in, question is with finances and customer touch points. I'm not sure how to spring clean in those areas. Can you elaborate? Okay, Andy, well, what a customer touch point is any contact a customer has with your business. And it is probably far wider than you think. It's not just your store or your office or even your website. It goes a lot deeper than that. We're going to dissect it from 3 different vantage points, okay? The pre-relationship or pre-purchase, and then the during experience they're having with your business, or the purchase experience, and then the post-purchase experience, the after doing business with you, customer touch points. So you want to write these down, and if I go too fast, then I'll see if I can put these in the comments below so that you can create your own checklist. And you're going to want to evaluate these after I go through them, and I'll show you how to evaluate them here in a second. Okay, so the pre-purchase customer touch points might include, you ready? Advertising or PR. And this is advertising you're doing online. It could be radio, it could be TV, it could be print, it could be outdoor advertising, billboard. Even the signage on the outside of your building is part of a customer touch point. Okay, email marketing communications that you are putting out there, your website or the landing page that they're going to after they see your online advertising. Make sure that all those are mobile made, not just mobile friendly, but mobile made. Most of the traffic out there right now is happening on mobile. All your brochures that you hand out, all the video communications that you put out, all your social media, not just your company profiles, but all the profiles of every one of your team members who are representatives of your company, particularly their LinkedIn profiles. Have you gone and taken a look at those lately? What about your ratings and reviews, your testimonials, your displays? If you display your product, whether that is in store or in a virtual world, all the direct mail that you send out, your actual business cards, if you use those arcane things anymore, but the letterhead and the stationery that you use, if you run a blog, what that looks and feels like, a podcast if you do one of those, any events that you hold, any proposals or contracts that you send out, all those are pre-purchase customer touch points, and all those are establishing a reputation in their mind. Can they trust you? Are you a world-class company? Are you exceptional, or are you average? Are you bland? Are you blur, right? Here's the during touch points in which to consider. Your actual store or office. Now, look deep within it. This is the front door. Is it smudged with fingerprints? You ever walk into a restaurant or a coffee shop and the front door is just gnarly? Well, how do you think they handle that in the back kitchen there? All those are establishing a reputation. We always hear, make sure your bathrooms are clean, right? Because that basically tells the story of what's happening in the kitchen. Same thing with the front door. The front door mat. Is it grimy? Is it dirty? Has anybody looked at it? Is there trash outside your building? It all starts with the security guard in the parking lot that they park in order to come into your store or your office. They are starting to establish an experience. Okay. Your website, obviously, any catalogs that you put out, any promotions or incentives that you run, contact with your staff or salespeople, all their communications that go out, any out-of-office messages are a customer touch point, their social media profiles, your phone system, how fast do you answer it? What is the hold music, for crying out loud? Is it too loud? Is it crazy music? Your point of sale displays, your sales pages, your upsells or add-ons during the transaction process, the checkout process, how easy, how many payment options do you offer? Live chat, your help desk support, your product packaging, how does it show up on the front door? Any of the invoicing that's in the package or that gets sent electronically, and user guides or training manuals that come with the delivery of your product or service. That's the during. Now after, this is all your billing and accounts receivable. All those contact points are establishing brand reputation. Transactional emails, all your service and support, all your online help, your FAQ, any thank you cards that you send out, poll surveys, questionnaires that you do, social media, any forums that you hold, newsletters, loyalty programs, etc. Again, I'll put this in the comments so that you can make sure that you can build your own checklist for the ones that apply to you. You also want to assess any contact that your customers or clients might be having with your partners or resellers. That their relationship, their contact with them is going to determine in their mind their relationship and reputation of you. So you want to make sure all those are properly assessed, all your vendors and suppliers as well. So here's what you want to do. Make your checklist, create 3 columns, and where does each one of these touch points fit? Is it need improvement, or is it meh, meaning, yeah, it meets the standard, but it's just average? Or is it third, is it a wow? Is it exceptional? And that's obviously what you want to solve for. How do you make each one of those touch points move from needs improvement or meh to wow or exceptional? Now, during our high performance forum, our business masterclass, we spent all day 2 talking about how to create a wow customer experience journey. The before, the during, and the after. It's all day that we spend on how to create that so that it becomes an automated referral machine, that the experience is so incredible that you turn prospects into customers, customers into fans, into loyal advocates who go out in the world and advocate on your behalf because of their experience with your extraordinary world-class organization. So I recommend you look into that if you want deeper training on how to create the profile of this wow customer journey. All right, next question. Greg Neethling, he says, Darren Daily described my company to a T. We spend valuable extra time putting together input, data storage, repeated, have meetings on top of meetings regarding them. I see it, I always have. So how do I, load man on the totem pole, bring that up to the management team? All right, Greg. Well, there is an enormous amount of corporate waste and inefficiency that goes on out there in the world. There's more time spent studying their navel than it is being belly to belly, having a direct positive impact on customers or clients. You see, too much time in corporations of any size, small or large, are spent with people trying to cover their ass, trying to do things to look good, to self-promote, to retain authority, to make themselves look good, to visibly look busy, right? But not actually doing anything that matters, having a direct impact on sales, on delivering results to a client. Look, if you aren't delivering a result solution to a client or discussing how you can deliver a result solution to a client, most likely whatever it is that the business is doing is a waste of time. There's really 3 aspects that the business should be supporting. Number 1 is recruiting new customers and clients, communicating the value proposition that you have to bring to the marketplace, to a person's life, then delivering on that result, and then servicing that so that they get a sustained result over time. Or let me put it another way. Acquiring new customers and clients, delivering on the promise you made to those customers or clients in an extraordinary way, delivering that wow experience. And then third will become easy, multiplying those customers or clients because they are out advocating on your behalf and they are bringing their friends back and they are coming back for frequent purchases. That's what the business does, period, the end. Everything else is a gross waste of time, energy, and inefficient. Every function inside of an organization should support having a direct impact on sales. So great. How do you influence the upper echelon to reprioritize things on delivering a result for a client or supporting or servicing that result for a client? You can't communicate it. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, you work for the company and to them, you're an underling and likely they're not going to listen to you and they'll probably be offended by you suggesting that they're doing it wrong. So the best thing you could do is get them to listen to somebody else, a third party, right? The out-of-town expert. So send today's Darren Daily to him and say, hey, there's some great thoughts in here. I thought you might enjoy this. Hope it helps, right? And see if something sticks. See if you can influence them to take a look at it from a totally different perspective than the perspective that they're operating from right now. Now, if they don't and can't, then I think I go back to the answer I gave a couple of days ago. Look, you spend a third of your life at work. You should spend it only doing something that you are proud of a company that you are proud of, and of a leader that you believe in. If you can't believe in your leaders and you're not proud of the work that your company is doing, I suggest you go looking for a leader and a company that you can believe in and be proud of. Because damn it, this is a third of your life. You're spending it going to support some person's and businesses and enterprise cause. You're going to champion some mission. It might as well be one that you're fired up about genuinely, authentically, and that you believe in, and that you feel proud about every day that you get up. If you can't, then you need to look for how to spend your life more appropriately. I would just suggest, some problems aren't solvable. You just have to go and find a new way. All right. Mark Gustafson, hope I didn't murder that for you, Mark, has a question. Many years ago, the CEO of a software company, Computer Associates, put restrictions on when employees could get on email during the day. Do you agree with this approach? What would you do differently? All right. So here's the deal. You can't lead by command. That's so 20th century. You can only lead today by influence, meaning by communication, meaning by explaining why you want people to not be on email at certain parts of the day. The benefit to them, to the organization, to the mission achievement. You see, we have a disconnected day in our organization on Tuesday, which means no emails or no communications through our project management software, so that people can go head down and get their creative output done without feeling bad that they might be missing some communications, or people might be worried that they're not responding to them. So we put that restriction on it. Now, is it hard and fast? Are they doing it by dictation? No, it's a guideline. But it's my job to communicate why that is important and why we're doing it for their benefit. And I think what Computer Associates was doing was not just saying you have to abide by these rules, but by saying because it's a rule for everybody, then those that are in that creative work can feel psychologically safe and comfortable to not be emotionally distracted, and they can go head down and get their work done in those zones where they know nobody is waiting for them on email. Because it's a policy that is everybody has to abide by, then they can feel comfortable not being constantly pulled by email. So I would just say that, once again, you just need to make sure that you're doing it by influence, by communicating, not by command. And it's the responsibility of the leader to convince people why it is important, not just to command it. Okay, last question. This one's kind of a smattering from random questions. Is it possible to prune too much when you are doing a clean on your systems and processes? Well, yeah, if you rip the rose bush from the ground, yes, that's probably pruning too much. So what you want to do is you want to at least keep the trunk, the one that brings all the nourishment up to all the branches. But the trunk is what you want to salvage. And what is the trunk? It's the one thing you do to deliver a result for a client in the marketplace, and how you do it. That one thing, the most valuable, important thing, the number one driver of your sales now. What's bringing in the money now? What marketing activity, what advertising, what client activity is bringing in the money now that has been proven to work? And here's what I suggest that you do. Triple down on that one thing. Trim off all the branches outside of that, triple down on that one thing. When you have that one thing solid, and it is grounded, it is vital, it is healthy, and it is doing all to its capacity, because it's not being pulled by the branches trying to pull nutrients from the trunk. But once it's stable, then you can start adding branches, the other ideas, the other initiatives, the other campaigns, the other incentives, and so forth, off the healthy branch. So cut the fat around the trunk, but keep the trunk. Okay, hope that helps. All right. So I will link to more resources in the comments below where you can find our crisis control page. We're putting out all sorts of resources on a regular basis to try to help you during this crisis. So I will link to a lot of those resources below. I'll put that checklist that I mentioned to you in the comments below. And be sure that you watch tomorrow's Darren Daily. It is the finale. And then next week, we've got another awesome series that I think is going to be immensely valuable for you, particularly since we're still going to be on lockdown. We're still going to be trying to figure out our way working from home, but keeping our vitality and keeping our productivity and keeping our ability to make a positive impact out in the rest of the world, in our marketplace, through our businesses, through the vehicle of our productive work. So you're going to enjoy that series next week as well. Be sure you're connected every day to Darren Daily. So with that, stay healthy, stay strong. If you have any other questions or anything else that we can do to help and support you, put that in the comments below. And I'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, on Darren Daily.